Hi, welcome back. This is Miss Debbie. We're continuing our story on part 5 from Cox ESP. So here we go. Wooden Willie is crying because remember Uncle Clem and beloved Belinda have to get out of the country to go find some food because they're getting hungry. Of course, in Wooden Town, all the food is made out of wood. They can't eat it and they're getting hungry. Hungry. So let's turn the page and start reading. Okay, here we go. Oh dear, said beloved Belinda. That's true. Sure enough, maybe Wooden Willie can find a nice wooden man or lady to adopt him because he has to have wood, doesn't he? I want to go with Uncle Clem wherever he goes, Wooden Willie cried. You mustn't cry, Wooden Willie, said beloved Belinda. The resin tears may take the paint off your face. You must think of something nice. Perhaps Wooden Willie won't starve if we take him with us, said Uncle Clem. You know he's made out of wood and he can't grow thinner whether he eats or not. Of course not, said beloved Belinda, but I wonder if he'll feel hungry. If I feel hungry, I'll get a stick or something. Can't I, Wooden Willie said. Sure enough, Uncle Clem laughed. Let's see how sticks taste to you, Wooden Willie. If you can eat sticks, then you of course can go with us. So Uncle Clem walked over to a tree, broke off a little dry branch. Here, Wooden Willie, he said, see how this tastes. Said Wooden Willie, it tastes pretty good. Then that's settled, said Uncle Clem. Wooden Willie was glad too. He ran ahead, skipping and kicking his heels. Everything was new and strange, and he shouted and laughed at everything he saw. Hurry and see those pretty flowers, he said to beloved Belinda and Uncle Clem when he came to a mass of yellow and red and blue flowers growing on the side of the roadway. Wooden Willie tried to pick one of them. He pulled and pulled and pulled the stem, and it stretched longer and longer and longer. And when he couldn't pull any harder, Wooden Willie let go of the flower, and it snapped back so hard it knocked over Uncle Clem. But he was not hurt. Uncle Clem was okay. He's made out of cloth, and he's stuffed with nice, clean, white cotton. So he jumped up laughing. I didn't know the flower would do that, Wooden Willie said. I'm glad it didn't hurt you, Uncle Clem. You can't hurt me, said Uncle Clem. But have you ever heard of rubber flowers? Yes, I have, said beloved Belinda. Years and years ago, the lady used to wear rubber flowers on their hats. But I've never seen them growing wild. At that moment, beloved Belinda and Uncle Clem and Wooden Willie heard shouts. Looking back, they saw 6 wooden soldiers running up fast as they could come. They came within shouting distance, and they said, "We are coming to take you back to the Wooden King. He changed his mind about letting you go. Come back here." Dear me, said beloved Belinda, we don't want to go back to Wooden Town and be made prisoners. No, indeed, said Uncle Clem and Wooden Willie. What shall we do? There's nothing to do but come along with us, said the captain of the wooden soldiers. Attention, he cried to the other wooden soldiers, and all the soldiers lined up. When I count to 3, we will rush up and capture him, said the captain. Quick, said Uncle Clem, get on the other side of the rubber flowers. So beloved Belinda and Wooden Willie ran to the other side of the rubber flowers, and each one caught a hold of a flower and stretched it back as far as they could go. Now wait until the wooden soldiers come close, and then let go, said Uncle Clem. Oh, we can walk right through the flower bed. Here we go, shouted the captain. Oh, this is my favorite part of the story. He counted 1, 2, 3, catch 'em, and the 6 wooden soldiers marched up to the rubber flowers. But when the 6 wooden soldiers got close enough, Uncle Clem cried, let go! And then what had happened to Uncle Clem happened to the wooden soldiers. The rubber flowers snapped against their wooden coats and pop! It knocked them over head over heels. As fast as they could get on their feet, the rubber flowers flew at them until the wooden soldiers grew tired of being knocked over, and the captain said, Okay, men, we're going to go back to the home and we're going to get 150 wooden soldiers when you won't be able to knock us all down, and we're going to capture you. Facing this wooden soldier towards Wooden Town, the captain marched him away. Hoop, 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 hoop. Ha ha, said Uncle Clem to his friends. Maybe they'll think we're going to wait here until they return. The captain turned and cried to Uncle Clem, you wait right here, and we're going to come back in 15 minutes. We better run, said Wooden Willie. We'll have to wait until they get out of sight, said Uncle Clem. If they see us running now, they'll be in a hurry. But if they think that we're going to wait here until they get back, we'll have time to escape. So Uncle Clem and Beloved Belinda and Wooden Willie waited here until the wooden soldiers were out of sight. And then catching hands, they ran as hard as they could go. So let me put it down because there's a page here with no pictures. They ran until they came to a narrow space on the hill. It was so narrow they had to walk one behind the other to get through. The path led up and up to the top of the hill. At the very top, Wooden Willie looked back and cried, "Oh, look, here they come!" And across the valley there was 150 wooden soldiers. They were coming very fast, and they were riding on wooden horses. They'll catch us before we'll get another mile, said Beloved Belinda. What shall we do? Let's run, said Wooden Willie. No, Beloved Belinda decided, for the wooden horses can go much faster than we can. Maybe we can find a place to hide, suggested Wooden Willie. But when they looked around, they couldn't find a single place to hide. I guess we'll have to return to with the wooden soldiers, said Beloved Belinda. It won't be much fun for us because they're going to put us in prison. Indeed, it won't be much fun, said Uncle Clem. Look, the wooden soldiers reached the rubber flowers. They're not wooden, remember, we're out of Wooden Town. They're rubber. And trying to find which way we ran. Now the wooden captain is pointing this way. Oh no, here they come, said Wooden Willie. They will never be able to ride their wooden horses between the rock walls where the paths are so narrow, said Uncle Clem. It will be a tight squeeze for us and their horses and all their round tummies. We will have to leave the wooden horses behind, they said. And then they started running again. Wooden Willie and Uncle Clem thought for a while, and then they cried, I have a good scheme. That's a good trick. You can sit here when we look through the narrow space, and I will show you how to fool them. Then he ran down the hill and waited at the end of the narrow part between the rocks. When the wooden soldiers reached the narrow spot, the captain cried, we can never get our horses through there. We must get off and walk. So that's what they're going to do. I knew it, said Uncle Clem. He picked up the long pole from the ground. When all the soldiers got off their wooden horses and the wooden captain lined them up behind the others, march forward. So they're marching one behind the other, because remember, you can't go friend by friend through the rocks. It's too narrow. So here we go. Hip, 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 hip. Uncle Clem waited until the captain of the wooden soldiers was only a short distance away. He took the long pole he had found and he pushed the captain backwards, so he fell against the wooden soldiers behind him. And then the other one fell, and then the other one fell. Remember when we build dominoes? That's how it's working. Whee, said Uncle Clem. One soldier after another toppled over, just like the long row of dominoes. And there upon another, the wooden soldiers lay. Nor could one get up while the rest were down. Uh-oh, they're all stuck because they can't get up. Uncle Clem knew that a wooden captain would have to stand up first in order to let the others get up quickly. And he rolled a large stone on top of the wooden captain. Then Uncle Clem wiped the dust off of his ragged hands and he walked up the hill to his friends. They'll be there all right, he told them. After a while, the wooden ponies will get tired of waiting for the wooden soldiers and they'll wander back to Wooden Town. Then the wooden people will know something has happened to the wooden soldiers and they'll come and help them again. So Beloved Belinda and Uncle Clem and Wooden Willie walked down the hill laughing singing. So glad to get away. So we're going to stop it there. Next time we'll see you.